Guys, we finally did it. We finally got to the point where there is nothing worth emulating anymore. No plugins can emulate new hardware. We did it. The reason I say that is because there's a new plugin that just came out, a free plugin, which openly admits that it emulates nothing. That's weird, isn't it? Their selling point is that the piece of gear is just like a piece of wire. Now, this is a DI box. DI boxes are a utility, if nothing else. They balance the signal and sort out impedance. That's all they do. Some people will say that this DI box sounds better than this one, and if they've got valves involved in them, if they've got like super duper transformers, then I get it. But if you've got just a really clean DI box, then it is a utility and nothing else. But Metric Halo have released this thing, and it's meant to be good. Well, they say it is, but I've tried it and it doesn't do a whole lot. So let's have a little look. This is the MB Philly DI. So this is Sigma Sound Studios. It's a DI box. You can read all about it. I haven't got all the knowledge in my head right now, but essentially it's meant to be a really clean sounding DI. And this is where the problem lies. I don't know why I'd want to emulate something that's really clean. Like, digital by default is kind of clean, and the reason that we emulate stuff is to get some of that non-clean stuff there. We've got a drive control. We've got a comp control, which I'm assuming is compression. And we've also got 4 million presets for 2 controls. And this is kind of leading me to, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what this is all about, to be honest. We can click it and we can see the back of it, which is cool, probably. But how does it sound? Well, can you actually click it? Come on. Go back. There you go. How does it sound? Well, it doesn't really sound like anything. It kind of sounds a little bit squashy-ish if you turn the compression up, but that's about it. The drive doesn't do a whole lot either. Let's take a listen. So here it is, some keyboards just clean, which is typically what I'd use the DI box for. And then let's bring up some of these controls, see what it actually sounds like. Okay, so to my ear, drive does nothing. Why you'd have negative drive? I don't know why you'd have negative drive. Typically, if you've got a plugin that has a drive control, you're adding drive to something, adding saturation. You can't take saturation away, can you? You can't make something cleaner, so that doesn't make any sense to me. The comp, again, assuming compression, does something. It adds a nice kind of squash to it, but it's a bit bizarre. Number one, these presets are all weird to me because they're all so like really specific. Fuzz me up for a start. Just kind of makes it a little bit louder, and there's no output control on it, so I can't say for sure. This drive to my ear does nothing. The comp does a little bit of squashing. But number one, having all these presets is a little bit bizarre. Because to me, they don't really, I don't know, the whole thing doesn't really sound like anything. Which, I get it, that's the marketing angle, that it doesn't sound like anything. And I'm sure that the actual piece of hardware, in a piece of hardware, that's often a good thing, that it doesn't add anything, doesn't take anything away. But in a plugin, that is not necessarily what we want if it's an emulation of something. To me, anyway. Maybe you're different. Let me know in the comments. But to me, if I've got an emulation of a piece of actual gear, it's because I want it to sound different. I don't want it to sound digital. I want it to sound vibey. I want it to have a little bit of a sound to it, a little bit of character. And it's just a bit of a strange one. It's not all negative though. This comp is kind of cool. I think it would be good to have an output control. I'm kind of seeing stuff and like my little mouse appears as that and I can click it and see the back, but then it's kind of difficult to get that because you're just going over nothing. It's kind of weird. I don't think there is an output control. I'm kind of clicking stuff just to find out if there is, but there isn't. This comp does kind of do something. It does squash stuff together, and it does it in kind of a nice way. So just ignore this fuzz me up. Drive to my ear doesn't do anything. I'm just going to leave that. The comp does add a little bit of squash though. If we go bypass and then unbypass, you'll hear it. I don't know. Let's go and let's put on a game plugin and bring that down by a few dB, and then like do dirty bypass on both of them. No, you see, I'm bringing it up to arbitrary scale of 24.48. It's not dB. I don't know what it is, but it's just making it a bit louder. It feels like it's kind of some squash because it's bringing up the low stuff a little bit, but I kind of feel like that's a bit of a trick of the ear. And if we put on the Burton Curve Analyzer, I've showed in many videos in the past that I enjoy this thing. I think it's really cool. It's not going to show me harmonics, saturation or whatever, but it's going to show me overall curve in terms of level. And if we bring this comp all the way down, this is the 0 line. As we bring it up, we just get more level, and then it starts coming down again. So I think once you get to a point, it then becomes quite compressed. So we'll maybe go up to that level, but drive doesn't appear to do anything on a frequency basis. It's just kind of static. So with that in mind, let's now bring that comp all the way up and see what it does. If anything, it kind of thins it out. I think it's a marketing tool, if nothing else. It's getting you to sign up for the Metric Halo, you know, for their communications, which, no offense to Metric Halo, in my experience, they've done some great stuff in the past. Everything that I've seen from them has been cool. But I don't think this is the one. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it just sort of isn't. It's very bizarre. It's a cool story. Like the video they show is like a cool story about how there's only a few ever made, etc. But DIs are utility pieces. You could go your entire life without ever having a plug-in emulation of a DI box, and life would be just as rich and full as if you did have an emulation of a DI box. But if you do want an emulation of a DI box, whether it does a lot or not, the link is in the description. Go check it out. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it does loads of stuff. I'd love to hear it. I'll see you soon. Take care.